So in your short career in the UFC, you fought some really good guys. Does that kind of help you what level you're at?
Yeah, I think it does. Like I said, I think Kata, he's probably going to be getting the title shot if he wins this. Still, what I mean. So, definitely, I know I can hang with the best. Kata's a striker. I felt like I was out striking him till I got caught with that shot to the back of the head. Then Timur, that was I showed I can grapple. Then the same with Mahwan. Mahwan was saying he was a boxer, and I outstruck him for 2 rounds. I literally just got caught. Um, I think I honestly believe 19 times out of 20, I'd beat them guys. It was literally just I got caught slipping, and MMA
Yeah.
is a crazy sport, and I think if you watched all the fights, everyone would agree with me as well.
So in your career, you fought three guys in UFC career. You fought Makwan and Calvin Kattar. Does that show that the UFC kind of believe in you?
Yeah, I hope so. Well, this is my fourth fight with the UFC. Obviously on the 15th of July. This is the second time I've been on the main card. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Um, like there's five other Brits on the card. A lot of them have had more UFC fights than me. A lot of them have won quite a bit, but
Yeah.
they're on the prelims. I'm on the main card, so they must like the way I fight. Like I said, my style's kill or be killed. I'll never stand off and just um, like you have a you let's say you throw a punch and I'll throw a punch.
Yeah.
Now it's one of them. Like either we're gonna be hands on grappling or we're gonna meet in the middle and just bang out. And like I think I haven't had the chance to show this Kata. He was game to stand with me. I wanted to prove a point with him just because I knew he was just a stand up fighter. Um, but I think this is the opponent that he'll be happy to stand with me. He'll be happy to throw down, so I will be able to. Just, I think that's why they put that on the main card. It'll be exciting for all the fans.
So as you mentioned there, in the UFC debut, you fought Kattar, and you even give him troubles on the feet. And seeing what his success he's done in the division, does that loss kind of take off your shoulders a little bit, or was it?
Yeah, definitely. Like fucking, like I had them rocked. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. I was
It
watched
was,
the fight back.
yeah, it was. During my debut, I was dead nervous going into it, so I had them nerves. I hadn't fought in a year as well. I think now, Joe, if I never had that ring rust and that, I would have finished them there and then. It's just like I hesitated. Do you know what I mean? Uh, Shit happens, innit? But yeah, he's went on to fuck loads of people up. Like Lamas, he's done him in like a minute and a half. He's done obviously Jeremy Stevens and that. I feel like I'm better than all them guys. I'll fight any of them. I just need the chance to fight them. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Uh, like I said, the two losses I've had, they, they've just been really bad looking. Like anybody can only anybody wants to see, they can just go back and watch them, and you know it speaks for themselves. Like I
Yeah.
said, it's a new me. I feel like I'm ready to shine, and I'll show people that I'll beat the best in there. If I'd love to fight Kata again. I'm gutted that he's won that many since. I've got a while to wait. You always want to beat the guys that's beat you. I think if you don't and you want to look past them and just fight someone else, you're a little bitch. You know what I mean? You need to fight the ones that have beat you.
Yeah. What was it? What was it like leading up to your UFC debut? Was it kind of a bit surreal?
Yeah, definitely. Not many people know that I turned pro when I was 17. And I'm 28 now. So 11 years as a pro. I see guys that are like 35 and 40, and they've been doing it like 8 years. I've already been doing it 11 years as a pro, and I feel like I'll be fighting till I'm 45. Do you know what I mean? So
Mm-hmm.
I want to be fighting till I'm 45. So I've been doing 11 years so far. I've got another 18 years left in my eyes. So I'd been doing it for that long anyway. To get back to the question, and I had a record of 17 wins, one loss, and one draw. Um, and I still hadn't heard nothing. And then they come to the Liverpool show and come and done the Liverpool show, and I thought I'd get signed for this, and I never heard nothing. And I give myself a goal. I give myself till I'm 25. I said, if I'm not timed by the time like I turn 26, I'll do something else with my life. and I was actually ready. Like I'd already got applied for the packages to join the army, and I got signed literally 1 month before my 26th birthday.
So
So I actually got signed on the day of the Liverpool show. So it was got a good moment in my life. I think I started crying. But yeah, so it's been a crazy journey since then.
I mean, you must have been on their radar because you was a Cage Warriors lightweight champion, and you defended that belt multiple times. So you must have been on their radar. And a lot of Cage Warriors fighters go from Cage Warriors to the UFC. So you would have been on their radar. So it would have came eventually.
Yeah, I hope so. Well, that's what I kept on telling myself. I kept on telling myself, as long as I'm winning, eventually they've got to. And it was hard because I'm not going to say the promotions, but a few promotions, big ones, did offer me contracts, and for decent money as well. And it was tempted to just jump at them. I actually said, yeah, let's fight. And it was my coach that said, nah, like you're not going to them. You can fight for the UFC, get cut, or come out the UFC and go to any promotion. You can't go to them promotions, come out of there and go to the UFC. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So as you were talking big promotions, are we talking like Bellator, One Championship, PFL?
Yeah, we're talking them. Yeah, we're talking them sort of promotions. I'm not saying what promotions offer me contract, but you just named one of them then. But like I said, I would still would. The UFC's been my dream. I'd love to fight some of the people in other promotions, but obviously you need to look at the UFC. The UFC's got the best fighters in the world. The UFC's they treat us great. It's unbelievable. I'd like to stay with the UFC as long as they'll have me. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, I've been dreaming of that since I was a 13-year-old boy. So I really am living the dream.
So as you was mentioning there, you said you would like to fight other fighters from different promotions. What sort of promotions would you like to fight?
If I don't mean I'd fight for other promotions. I mean if the UFC
Across
got other
platform.
fighters. Yeah, if the
Oh,
UFC
right, yeah.
signed other fighters from their promotions, I would. But obviously, I want to stay in the UFC as long as I can, if that makes sense. But
Yeah.
there's just I'm not going to name no names, but I look at the champions in other promotions as well, and I look at other styles, and I think, wow, if they were signed to the UFC, I feel like I'd fuck them up. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, like I said, the UFC they've got the best fighters in the world, and there's plenty of tough fights for me to have in the UFC. Like I said, I just need the opportunities really.
Yeah.
I need to get this one out the way, and then hopefully they'll be giving me someone else. I'd love to have a top 10 straight away, and by the opponents they give me, I think they would give me someone like that. But yeah.
Maybe if you win this one, you could face Shane Burgos next. He just lost a decision. No, he just lost against. Who did he just lose against? Oh, he just had a war, didn't he?
Because he beat Macwan and then he had a war and lost, didn't he? But I would absolutely love to fight Shane Burgos because that's my kind of style. I'll stand up with him. He's a good boxer. I'll stand up with him and box with him. And obviously I'm a black belt on the ground, but I'm a man of my word. When I say to someone, I am not gonna shoot.
Yeah.
I really won't shoot. If you're a stand-up fighter, I'm happy to stand with you. If you're a grappler, I'm happy to grapple with you. At the end of the day, it's a fight. You know what I mean? So, I'm more there. I'd rather lose an exciting fight than win a boring fight. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, so I just searched up there. Shane Burgos fought Josh Emmett, and they had a war. And Shane Burgos actually has got a loss on his record against Calvin Kattar as well. So would that one kind of make sense? You versus Shane Burgos maybe after the next one?
I reckon that definitely makes sense. Definitely. Is Shane Burgos ranked?
Yeah, he's ranked 13, 14, I think.
Oh nah, fuck that! I want a top 10. I'll still fight him if they give me him. I'll be happy to fight him. But obviously, I want to get as high as I can, as quick as I can. But if they get me, if they want me to fight him, so be it. I'd happily fight him. When we'd have a war and we'd put on a show. But if it was up to me, I'd be saying number one. I'd be saying the champion. Do you know what I mean? But obviously you want to fight the best guys. He's obviously not the best guy. He's just beat Josh Emmett. Just beat him. Let me fight Josh Emmett. Do you know what I mean?
I think he's ranked number like 9, number 8.
You know what I mean? That'll get me started. So someone straight in the top 10. But like I said, if it was up to me, I'd be fighting the best in the world as soon as, because I know I can beat them. I've just had bad luck, like I said. If the UFC want me to climb slower, I'm happy. Like whoever they give me, I'll never turn down a fight, obviously.
So we'll go back to what you were saying earlier when you were talking about how you would like fighters from different promotions to come into the UFC and you would like to fight them. If there was 145-pounder in a different promotion to fight in the UFC, who would you want? Maybe like a Patricio Pitbull or.
Well, I was just about to say him then. Like I grew up like when I was got into the sport. I think he was still fighting when I wasn't even a pro. So he's been in it for years. I think he obviously he's a top 145er. Yeah, someone like him, that's a name if the UFC signed him, but I don't think he would ever leave Bellator just because
he's a big name for him.
Yeah, do you get what I mean? He's a face. Yeah. That's it.
So we'll move on. So your fight recently got announced against Jared Gordon. On paper, this is a really good and close fight. What are you going to do in that night to earn the victory?
Lots of spinning shit.
Is this Nick Diaz coming out?
Yeah. Lots of spinning shit, lots of slapping him up, and see what he's gonna do. Nah, I'm only messing there. I honestly don't. I don't know what I'm gonna do yet. Well, I have an idea what I'm gonna do. I have an idea of the game plan for that I've put together. But like I said, MMA is a crazy sport. If I go out there and he clocks me, early, and I'm rocked, I could do something completely different. If I go out and he jabs me and I'm pissed off, then fuck it, I'm having a war with you. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
It depends what happens. I know what I want to do in my head. I want to have an exciting fight.
Yeah.
At 50 G's, I'm happy to go out swinging. But yeah, you don't know. I know he's coming off. He's lost 3 in a row now, isn't it, or 2 in a row?
I believe it's 1 in a row. I think he got a win, then lost again.
Yeah, that's it. So that's it. Not 3 in a row. He's 3-3 or 4-3 in the UFC. So I know he's gonna want to win desperately. He might just be trying to wrestle and stay on top and make it a boring fight, just to secure a win.
Yeah.
I hope he doesn't. I hope he's happy to throw down with me and let's put on a show. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think he just lost. I think it was Dan Ige. I think he lost to.
Yeah, I think you're right there.
Oh no, he lost to Charles. His last fight was against Charles Oliveira. Yeah, and he got knocked out. Yeah.
I think it was the lead hand uppercut.
Overhand right, then an uppercut.
Yeah.
Yeah. So is that the same game plan you're gonna stand on the feet with him? Do you think you got better hands?
I feel like I've got better hands. I feel like I've got better kicks. I feel like I've got better wrestling, and I feel like I've got better jiu-jitsu. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. You've got to really feel that confident. If you're going into any fight and you feel like you're lacking in anything and you haven't got confidence in it, you're gonna have a bad night. Do you know what I mean? You have to have the confidence. I need to know I get hit and fucking I've got the better chin, I've got the better cardio, I've got the better body, do you know what I mean? I've got the better strength. You need to know that. But yeah, like I said, if he wants to stand with me, I know I've got a fucking strong chin. Up until the Kata fight, in all my life, in all the training, and obviously growing up in having fights and stuff, I've been in a lot of fights, I've had a lot of wars. I've never, ever, ever been knocked out. Up until the Kata fight, I'd never, ever been dropped in my life. That's the hand down the bottom of my heart. I've been stolen before as well, where someone's looking one way and just went bink and just stole on me. I've never been dropped. And then that Kata fight, that was literally, if you watch it back, it was right on the back of the head.
I've watched it back a few times before the interview.
Yeah, so I've been dropped with a shot to the back of the head. Anyone gets it clean on the back of the head, they go down. And even then, I wasn't knocked out. I just got dropped. And I feel like now, if I got that shot again, like I felt like I never got TKO'd there. I was just like, I was sad. It was just looked bad because of the blood. I turned away because I was like, shit. I'm trying to move my legs and my legs aren't moving. I thought when I got hit, I thought it was just like I'd blinked and I was gonna carry on standing there, and I blinked and I was on my back and I was like, shit, how the fuck did I get here? Do you know what I mean? But yeah, I know I can take a shot. So what I mean, yeah. So I'm happy to go anywhere he goes. I'll stop getting off the questions now. I'm chatting on a little bit, but yeah, I'm happy to go where he goes.
Oh no, that's fine with me, honestly.
Yeah.
So what was it like when you get face adversity in a fight, when you get dropped? What's going through your head?
Like I said, that was the only fight I've ever been dropped. But what's going through my head? It's like, what went through my head then was, shit, let's carry on fighting. Like, kick him away, because obviously he was straight on me. You know, he's a vet in the sport. So if that's one thing about the UFC, if you get dropped, you best know that whoever's dropped is coming for you, because they're all veterans.
Yeah.
But yeah, so what was going through my head was kick him away. And I think it was the shock of my first UFC fight, and not just that, it's shit, I've been dropped. I've never been dropped in my life.
Yeah.
Now if I got dropped, it'd be like, you know, fucking, I'd know what to expect now.
Because you've been there before.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean. I feel like if I fought Kato again, I know I wouldn't get what's it called. I wouldn't get rocked. I took. You've seen what his hands do to people. Do you know what I mean? And I felt like I took all of his hands to my face, and it wasn't nothing. Do you know what I mean? Like, obviously I was bleeding, but that's nothing to me. You know what I mean? I'm never gonna be a model, so I don't mind the cuts on the face and that. It was just that shot to the back of the head, like I said.
So I've talked to a few fighters, and in one of my he was a coach. I've talked to Brad Pickett, and he said that some fighters don't have a game plan. They just go in there and improvise and see what happens in the fight, and they kind of see what happens, what comes out of the fight. Is that same with you? Do you kind of like improvise with the fight? Whatever happens, if it goes to the ground, we go to the ground. And
I had game plans right up until the UFC. My idea was the way I've always felt is, until the UFC, I'll have a game plan, and I'll show people what I can do, and I'll sub people really fast, and you know, that was it. And then I feel like to get to you are fighting to get to the UFC. That's why you should be fighting. If you're not fighting for that, I don't know why you're doing it. You know, I want to be the best in the world, so the UFC's got the best fighters. And then when I'm in the UFC, I feel like now you don't get just rewarded for winning. You get rewarded for fighting, as it shows, as I'm on the main card. So now I want to fight. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, like I said, see what happens. I've got for this one, I have sort of got a game plan in my head, what I've been drilling, but crazy shit happens, and my mind changes in a heartbeat. So you know.
all right, so as we mentioned earlier, you holded the Cage Warriors lightweight championship, and you defended it 4 times, if I'm correct.
3 did I? Yeah. No, I won it, yeah, and then defended it 3 times, I think.
Oh, 3 times. All right, okay. So what was it like to kind of hold the belt? What, like Conor McGregor held, like some really good names held that belt. What was it like to hold the UFC lightweight champion? No, the Cage Warriors lightweight championship.
You know what? That was cool in itself, because that many people had, you know, had it before, and you know, I defended it. I was the first ever person to defend it 3 times. You know, I've got that in ours, you know, on my walls. So that was cool to know that all them people have held it and went to the UFC, and now I've actually got it on my bedroom wall. That was cool, knowing that no one else has done that. And to say I was a world champion in a promotion, and quite a big promotion, that was also pretty cool. But yeah, I'd beat everyone that was there. That had been winning. Everyone that was on a winning run there, I'd beat. I think Alexander Jakobsen, the last fight I had before I went to UFC, he was 8-1 on an 8-fight win streak. He just knocked out what's his name? Oh, I can't remember his name anyway. Tim, was it? I can't remember his name. Tim Wild or something Wild.
Oh, I think I know. Yeah, Tim Wilder. No,
Yeah,
not
yeah.
Wilder.
Well,
Tim.
you know what? And I'm mates with them as well. I just had my head went blank then. Tim Wilde, he just knocked out Tim Wilde, and I went in that fight and literally never got touched and just um, outstruck him because he was a striker. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, after that it was like I'm ready to go to the UFC if they will have me. So and luckily the times were right. You know, the stars were lining up and they
Yeah.
signed me.
It was Tim Wilder. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Wildy. Oh, yeah. Then he beat Tom Green, and then he lost against you, and now he's lost quite a bit since then.
Yeah, yeah.
He's 9-5 in his MMA career now, but
Yeah,
we'll move on.
you know what I say though, don't you? He was flying and he just wasn't the same after I beat him.
So in your next fight, as we mentioned, you got Jared the Flash Gordon. That's a really, really tough fight. Was Jared Gordon the fight you wanted next?
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. When they matched me, I'd seen him. I don't even think. Nah, do you know what? I'm not even gonna lie. When they matched me, everyone else was like, "Oh, that's a good fight." That I wasn't even sure who he was. To be fair, although I am in the UFC, I don't keep up with the fights quite
Yeah.
often. Not as often as I should do. Like even the fights on the weekend, people are like, "Have you seen so and so? Have you seen so and so?" And I'm like, I might have seen them in the past, but I haven't seen the recent ones. So what I mean, I feel like I'm an old man now. I go to bed early and shit. So I do try and catch them catch them like on the Sunday or the following week. But yeah, I hadn't really seen them. I've watched them now. Obviously, I'd be fucking stupid if I hadn't watched them. I've got someone great there who does breakdowns of the fighters, what they're good at and stuff. And he is a tough fight, but I can't be worried about what he's bringing. I think he needs to be worried about what I'm bringing. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
People could say he's a tough fight, but I guarantee you people will be saying to him, "Wow, I'm a tough fight." Do you know what I mean? So I hope styles make matches, and I think this is the fight where that will show people he's a go forward fighter. I'm a go forward fighter. Let's stand in the middle and bang.
So as we were mentioning, I think my question might have gone then. I had a question then. Sorry about that. I'll just move on.
Sure, you haven't been getting punches to the head.
No. I mean, I only do jiu-jitsu. That's it. So I don't have to take any punches.
Yeah.
So
keep it like that. Keep it like that.
who knows? Maybe eventually, maybe in a few years. I'm only 18, so we'll keep it.
You're still young.
I'm still young. Yeah.
Years and years ahead of you. You know, I've seen people start this sport when they're 35 and still make a good career out of it.
It was like Brad One Punch Pickett. He told me he started his career at 26, and look how far he made it.
Oh, definitely. Like I said, MMA, it's such a new sport, and people aren't like it used to be like boxing. You need to start when you're young if you want to get somewhere. Obviously the odd exception, but with MMA, because it's only been going for a short period of time, you can start when you're fucking, like I said, 35 and still make a career out of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I've been doing jiu-jitsu for about 5 years roughly. I started when I was like 14. I'm now 18, so yeah, kind of about 4 or 5 years.
Nice.
I'm doing all right.
How'd you feel with it? What gym did you train at?
I train up in Newcastle.
Oh, nice.
I probably don't sound like I'm from Newcastle, but I live in Newcastle.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
Nah.
It's just like a little local gym in Newcastle. It's sweet. I like it.
Nice, brother. Yeah, I was expecting some proper Geordie accent when you said that.
Nah.
Yeah, I do like Newcastle. Yeah, I've fought there before. I think 2013. But yeah, it's a nice place, cool place. You just love partying, don't you?
Yeah, there's a lot of partying up here.
Yeah.
Something I lived in Milton Keynes, and then I moved up here, and I was just like, whoa, the nightlife is crazy.
Yeah. That's why I try and stay away from there in my UFC career.
So I actually went to watch Liverpool versus West Ham because I support West Ham, and I came to Liverpool, and I went around Liverpool to see what it was like, and it was a decent place. I liked it, but whereabouts is your gym in Liverpool?
It's actually in the city centre.
In the city centre. Oh, I was right next to the city centre. I was like in near the Spoons bit.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, but no, we have a good party in life in the city centre. But obviously, like in Liverpool, full stop. But I'm an athlete, do you know what I mean? Well, I'm a fighter. You know, I've done that when I was like 18 and stuff, and I'm really just about getting somewhere with my life and, you know, providing. You know, I'm here. I wanna make money now, and I wanna have nice things. You know, I've done past that party and stuff. Yeah, so give me the big fights and pay me.
So as we're on this subject, has there already been any weird experience while you've gone out? Has anyone tried to maybe start something with you? Do you think they're a UFC fighter?
When I've been out,
Yeah. Has there been a lot? I think as someone who thinks he's a tough guy and trying to start on you.
nah, Joe, what since I've been in the UFC, there actually hasn't. Before that, like, believe me, look, I'm not just saying this. I could watch it called City and tell you about 100 times I've ended up fighting and crazy shit that's happened. But I'd probably be having a knock on the door and police would be there. If you want to hear any stories, you'd only need to ask a couple of people in the city, and I'm sure quite a few people will be able to tell you a couple of crazy ones. But yeah, that's it. Like I said, I feel like I'm grown now. I feel like I'm an old man. I'm only about the sport, and you know, Saturday nights I'll happily stay in with a cup of tea and watch some kind of film.
Yeah. So we mentioned that you fought in the 145-pound division. What's it like to get down to 145 pounds?
Now it's easy. Like I said, I used to lift a lot when I was in Cage Warriors, and yeah, I was lifting every day. So obviously, if you look at me back then, I had a complete different physique to the one I have now. Now I don't lift. I do strength and conditioning, but I'm more about speed and, you know, skills are still the same. I feel like I'm just as strong as at lightweights, but my body type just looks a bit different because I'm I'm not lifting every day.
So if I'm correct, you train at Next Generation Liverpool.
Yeah.
So you got a couple of guys in that gym. You got the likes of Meatball Molly. You've got Paddy Pimblett. What's it like to train around them?
It's great, you know. Like I said, we're all like a family there, and yeah, it is amazing. You know, Molly's on the card with me as well. And there's loads of up and coming fighters, you know, that you probably have never heard of, but you will be hearing of them soon. And
yeah,
like everyone's a beast there. You know, I remember a time when I used to be able to come in tired, and you know, I could be on my B game, and you know, I'd still beat people up and stuff. Now, if I'm not on my A game, I will get fucked up by amateurs. You know what I mean? Really, that's not even joking. It's crazy the way the sport's evolving, but it's good at the same time. It's very good. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm happy though. I've managed to been doing it that long. I've managed to stay with it and keep evolving with the sport, and you know, keep up with it, and hopefully I will keep on evolving till, you know, I'm 45 and I'm an old man and shit.
Yeah. So as we were saying, that you train with Paddy Pimblett, and he recently got a win against someone I can't think of his name on the top of my head. But how far do you think he's off the UFC, or do you think he's got a few more fights between he gets there? Because he's still quite young in his career.
I think he could go in the UFC now, and he'd be ready. I really do. Do you know what I mean? Like I said, I can't really comment on that because I seen the UFC how long it took me to get there. Do you know what I mean? So I don't want to say, oh, he's one fight away, because who knows? Do you know what I mean? But from a training partner point of view, I think he'd be cool if he got signed now. Do you know what I mean? I think he'd hold his own.
So a few years ago, Darren Till versus Stephen Thompson, they fought at Liverpool. Is that maybe a thing you would like in the future? Maybe you to headline a card at Liverpool at the
Um,
Echo Arena,
yeah, but at the same time, I've done it. I've headlined at the Echo Arena before.
but
Do you
in
know
the
what I mean?
UFC.
Yeah,
Yeah,
obviously with the UFC, but no, at the same time, I've done it. You know, whether it's with the UFC or Cage Warriors. Don't get me wrong, it would be cool for my friends and family to be there, but at the same time, I have done that before. I'd love to,
yeah.
you know, go MGM or, you know, Madison Square Garden. They're the places, you know, to tick it off the bucket list. So to say I've done that, you know, that'd be fucking cool. You know, I always say if I died tomorrow, I'd die a happy man. I've lived my life. I've fought, I've travelled. You know, I've got my dream of the UFC. I've done a couple of other stuff I can't really say on camera. I have lived. You get what I mean?
Yeah.
If I died tomorrow, I'd be happy, but obviously I wouldn't be happy to die. But I'd die knowing, like, you know, I'm at peace. But obviously taking that off my bucket list to say that's just one thing that'd make me think, shit, I've done that. Do you know what I mean?
So if you was to die in 2 days, touch wood that you ain't. Hopefully, I want you to fight. But if you was to die in 2 days and you had to fight tomorrow, where would you want to fight? What location? If you had to choose
Obviously,
one.
like I've just said, Madison Square Garden or MGM, because obviously they in the whole of fight sports they are the places, and I'd want to fight the champion. That's, you know, that's my dream. But don't worry, I'm gonna be here. You know, I'm gonna 15th of July, Jared Gordon getting fucked up. Do you know what I mean?
Is maybe Saitama, Japan on the list?
What did you say? Sorry, a fight in Japan?
Yeah, Saitama, Japan. Saitama,
Oh,
Japan, where like
I'd
Pride
love
was.
that. I'd love that. You know,
Yeah.
I love sushi. I eat sushi regularly, and obviously Japan is a crazy place for sports. I love Asia full stop. You know, I actually lived in Thailand for a year and a half, 2 years. So Asia, and you know, I travelled around Asia quite a bit. I've actually fought in Taiwan. So anywhere in Asia, I love. Yeah.
So as you said there, you lived in Thailand for 2 years. Was that because of MMA? Did you go there to train?
Yeah, train
Was
there.
it was it Tiger Muay Thai or was it
No,
a
Phuket
different
top
gym?
team.
An
Phuket
American
top
top
team.
team. Oh,
Phuket top
Phuket.
team.
Oh,
Yeah.
Phuket top team. Yeah.
I'd only ever really, if I went back, I'd only ever really trained with Phuket top team. You know, we've
Hmm.
got great guys there, and I met amazing guys there. Some of them aren't there now, but you know, the people that I met there, it's unbelievable. And I know they've just had Zabit over, and Diego Tavares, and a few people like that. And Vaughan Lee's the coach there. Me and Vaughan are like that. Me and Thiago are like that. So it's a cool place.
So as we were mentioning, you said that you would, if you could have one fight, it would be the champ next. But after this fight, who would you really, really want next?
Like I said, I'm I'm like I want to get there as soon as. I've been doing this since I was 17. Although I do feel like I've got years left in the sport, and you've only seen 10% of me. Um, I want to get somewhere quick. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, give me the best. Give me the best that you can possibly give me.
So anyone in the top 10?
Yeah,
I'll
pretty
make
much.
some. I'll make some names. Jeremy Stevens. He would be available. You got Dan EJ. He would be available. Maybe Arnold Allen. Yeah.
Me and Arnold are actually signed to the same management, and me and
Hmm.
Arnold are friends. So like I said, I wouldn't like to fight a friend, but if the UFC asked us to, obviously I'll never turn down a fight. But obviously the names you just said there, anyone in the top 10.
Yeah. There is one fighter in the top 15 is who's Ryan Hall. He's a BJJ black belt and absolutely notorious for his submissions. And everyone seems to be not wanting to fight him. Was that a fight you would take?
Yeah, like I said, I wouldn't be asked about any fighter. Any fighter who the UFC give me, I will say yeah. Like I said, styles make matches, and you know, I'll try and be as fucking exciting as I can against anyone they give me.
So the 145-pound division at the moment is looking stacked as ever. Probably the most stacked it's ever been in a long, long while. Does that excite you even more and want you to get involved?
Yeah, it does. It really does. You know, there's plenty of opportunities for me to have a war. Like I said, I do want to test myself, and I feel if you're going into any sport and you don't want to test yourself, why the fuck are you in it? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. So what goes, and we kind of went through this topic earlier. So it was the question is that what goes through your mind when you're facing adversity, but we kind of covered that. So we'll move on. Is there any changes you're making to this camp that you didn't have last camp?
Nah, pretty much. I just go over the stuff that got me beat last time. Literally, I got caught slipping. That was it. You know, fucking. I got I should have been. I shouldn't have jumped for the guillotine, and I did jump for the guillotine. But not just that, I should have knew he was going to take me down. When that's all, loads of wrestling defense stuff, loads of attack and wrestling stuff, and pretty much that's it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So, last question: where will Chris Fishgold be in 5 years?
UFC champion, obviously. UFC champion, fucking big house, you know, fat bank accounts. That's like I'm not just saying this. Believe me, I will be. You know what I mean? Just if you doubt me, July 15th, watch it. Do you know what I mean?
Who would you have liked to have taken the belt off?
Who?
If there was one fighter.
Probably Jose Aldo, just because. Well, nah, Jose Aldo or McGregor. McGregor, because obviously he's the name, but Jose Aldo, because he was unbelievable for so long. You know, no one come close to him. And I grew up watching him like, shit, I want to be that guy. Do you know what I mean? Like, so yeah, him, obviously. But McGregor, just because he's done so much in the sport already. Not just done so much in the sport, done so much for the sport.
So as you were talking about Jose Aldo and McGregor usually fights at 155, so he would have to come back down to 145.
Yeah,
and Jose Aldo is gone down to 135, and he would have to come back up.
Yeah, but like that was it. If I could take the belt off any fighter in the past, I'd do it with them. Do you mean any fighter now?
Any fighter now, yeah.
Any fighter now. Who do you think the toughest fighters in the UFC?
In the featherweight division?
Yeah.
I'd say either Zabit or Yair.
Go ahead. I'd like to take it off one of them.
Or maybe Korean Zombie.
Yeah, give me any three of them. I'd love to take the belt off.
So we'll go on. We'll go for one more last question. Sorry, I'm keeping you hanging here. You probably want to go watch a film.
Don't worry.
So, if last question, we'll go with Alexander Volkanovski versus Max Holloway. That's taking place in 2 weeks' time at UFC 251. Where do you see that? Who do you think wins that fight?
It's a tough one. It really is a tough one. He got beat by Alex last time, didn't he?
Yeah.
Joe, I don't even know. I'm just excited to see the fight. You know, after people get beat, they either do two things. They either go away and train their ass off, or it makes them or breaks them. So what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I said, the Kata fight made me. I was like, shit, I need to train harder. We got to win. Then, you know, I got caught with the ground. So I've been caught. I've got subbed once. I've got knocked there, TKO'd once. Once something happens to me, it'll never happen again. Do you know what I mean? So the same could happen with Holloway. But yeah, let's see. I'll actually be in on Fight Island for them fights, so it'll be nice to catch them when I'm there. Do you know what I mean?
Oh yeah, I forgot about that because you're July 15th, and that will be in Fight Island.
We actually leave on Monday.
Oh really?
Yeah. We so 7 days we leave to go to London, and then I think we stay in London a night, and then we leave to go.
Oh, so you're flying from London? Is it Gatwick, Heathrow?
I have no idea yet. I think they're gonna message me with the flights in the next couple of days. But you know, next time you see me, I'll probably be fucking red because I don't tan. I'll either be really white or really red.
So what?
Hoping that he's not planning to slap me back or nothing while we're fighting, because you know that would really piss me off. He'd probably stop me with back slaps, knowing that he's.
So what do you think the experience is going to be like fighting in the heat in Abu Dhabi?
Oh, amazing. Like I said, I've fought in. I've lived in hot countries before, like from Thailand, and then I've travelled and fought in I travelled and fought in October or December in England, so you can imagine the contrast. I flew out 2 weeks before and I acclimatized. Then I've fought in I've obviously trained in cold countries and then traveled to hot countries, and you know, I've done different climates. I know how my body reacts to it, so I'm not too worried about that. But in terms of fighting, if it is hot, you know, you're sweating, you're not going to be able to grapple. You know, subs will slip. People will end up banging out. So yeah, that's what I think of it. Amazing experience.
So with the heat in Abu Dhabi, is that going to kind of help you cut the weight because you're going to have to sweat and you're going to be sweating because of the heat?
I fucking hope so. Otherwise I'm going to be fucked.
Well, if you don't mind me asking, what's like your walk weight, and what's it like to get down to 145 in fight week?
So when I used to fight at lightweight, I used to walk around in kilos, 86 kg, and I
Yeah.
used to cut to 70. And I was in shape at 86. I wasn't fat. Now I walk around at like 77, 78 in shape, and I cut to 66. I'm about 74 now, which is cool.
Yeah, so I'm not too sure if you know, but when you're fighting in Abu Dhabi, you'll be fighting in the middle of the night at 3 a.m. How's that going to feel?
Um, like I said, obviously I'd like to fight earlier, but um, I fight for the best promotion in the world, and they pay me well. I will do whatever they say.
Is that kind of off-putting that you'll be fighting at 3 a.m. in the morning in Abu Dhabi?
Nah, it'll just be like when I was younger. You go out and you have a bevy, and then you get into a fight. Nah, it's not off-putting. It's going to be a great experience. So I'll adjust my body to the times, and you know, it's so be it.
Is that something you're going to take in consideration in advance? You're going to maybe try and keep the sleep schedule you've got?
Yeah, like I am adjusting to it now. Anyway, I think
Yeah.
I have been staying up pretty late the past few nights um, because of this. But yeah, hopefully I'll what's it called? It'll work out time. But we'll need to see, won't we?
So Paige Van Zandt actually didn't know she was fighting in the middle of the night. She was quite surprised because the UFC didn't tell her. Was you aware of this before I just said?
Yeah. They actually sent an email out 2 days ago to tell us when we'd be weighing in,
Yeah.
when we'd be fighting, when dinner time is, when lunchtime, all this. They hit us up and told us. So yeah, I was already aware of it. Like,
So is weighing going to be at night as well, or is that
no, weigh-in's not at night.
going to be in the morning, early morning weigh-ins still?
Yeah. It's still
Yeah.
early morning weigh-ins. So I think we'll have quite a few hours. I'm not sure if it's 36 hours till the fight.
After you weigh in.
Yeah, I'm not sure the way it works. I'm sure we weigh in the 14th, but we fight on the 16th because it's obviously after 12 o'clock.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I seen the email. I never read the times properly because obviously the times don't matter until I get there.
Yeah.
I'll probably read them this week or on the weekend before I leave. But yeah, I will let you know once I read them.
Sick. That's very good for us. So I think that's the last questions I've got. The only thing I ask is that if you pass us on to Meatball Molly, because I've been trying to get her on here for ages.
Yeah, do you know what? I'll message him in a minute. Actually, now you've reminded me.
Oh, that would make my
I just
day.
want to say thank you to my sponsors, Macro Chef, Scramble Fightwear, and I've just been sponsored by a company called Right Flank. Check them out on Instagram. They're also a good sports company for all sports. But yeah, thanks to my team for getting me ready. My coaches, Paul Rimmer, Ellis Hampson, and Cy Audley. I don't know why my head went blank then. My strength and conditioning coach,